Hello everyone, I'm going to show how you can use Open Broadcaster software or OBS Studio for educational use. It might be a little tricky just because I'm using a screencast software to teach you about screencasting, so we'll see if all the settings show up. Now the first step you want to do is Open Broadcaster software is going to be open source, so you can just search it on any internet browser. You can download it for Windows, Mac, or Linux. And then it will show you all of the features here, including that it actually will export to Twitch and Facebook very well. Your downloader page is here, and then if you need any help with it, on this Help tab, it has a lot of different options you can use to contact them. So you have your wiki guides. If you use Discord, you can have a chat. Now remember, they are volunteers. Since this is open source, it's not a huge staff that's available for 24/7 support. You have forums, your source, developer docs, and these two, because it's open source, if you're a programmer and you want to modify any of it, you can find the source code and the developer docs to do that. You can also leave feedback. Now, because it is free, if you'd like to contribute, you can do that. They didn't pay me to do that. I just wanted to let you know. And then once you download it, you'll see an interface much like this. Now you need at least one scene, so you would hit plus scene, and you can have multiple scenes. I'll show you why you would do that in a minute. And once you have a scene, you want to go ahead and select the source. The scene is just going to be where you want your sources to be, and your source is going to be what it actually captures. So if we hit plus, you'll see that you can go ahead and record audio input, audio output, record from a browser, the color source, and display capture is the biggest one you'll probably do, that or window capture. So a display capture is going to capture everything on your screen. That means that I'm going to go ahead and get this tab up here. I'm going to get all my icons down here. And so a lot of people don't like using that because they don't want to see that. What I found though is when I do window capture, if I'm using a complex program that has a lot of different windows, like Maya, I might click on the window tool when I first start the program, and I'll do a whole screen capture of just that tool window, so they won't see any of my other monitors, and basically my screen capture becomes useless. So when I'm using this with students, I usually do a display capture just to be safe, to make sure no one clicks on the wrong window. If you feel confident that you can click on the entire window for the program first time and will pay attention to what's highlighted, you can go ahead and do a window capture. Now another one that you may want to use is this video capture device, and I'm going to show this right now. So the video capture is going to use your web camera, and when you do that, it's not going to show it right now because I am capturing, and this is kind of what I was a little worried about. But it's all right. Just picture the video is here, and what you can do is you can actually configure your video. So what would happen is you would get different options to go ahead and color correct your video. So if you want more saturation, if you want to do any color adjustments, you would click on this option and it's just a slider. I'm sorry I can't show that. I'll put a picture on the blog so that you can see that. But as said, that is the tricky part, is going ahead and trying to capture or show everything while you're capturing does sometimes get a little difficult with OBS. I've also noticed if you're using Zoom or Google Meet, what will happen is sometimes it will turn off your camera on your computer if you have this running beforehand. So normally I need to get in that Zoom or Google Meet and then start this afterwards. So the cool thing is, once you have it set up though, if you want to switch, so let's say you're going ahead and doing a lesson and then you just want to instantly switch to seeing you, you can. So all I did is I had this scene 2 set up, I put my video capture here, and now I can go ahead and you can see me talk, and I can see my daughter's little painting back there, or we could go back to that screen. So that is one really nice feature about it, especially if you want to cut down on editing. So these are the initial settings that you would set up. And then once you're done, you could go ahead and hit start stream or start record. Right now it would be stop record, but only after you set it up in settings. And so I'm going to show that video next because it does get a little more complicated.